To break it simply, what this bill aims to do is practically the bureaucracy will run Delhi, will make the final decision, and that decision will not lie with the likes of the Chief Minister and his cabinet members. And that is what the Aam Aadmi Party says, that it will dilute a democratically elected government. Having said that, I want to quickly cut across to Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party. But before I do that, I want to bring in Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, getting us the latest from Parliament. Rahul, we are expecting to hear from the Home Minister shortly. But having said that, the Aam Aadmi Party thought it would have the numbers. They are saying they're going to ask for a division of votes, but that would be futile if you actually look how numbers stack up.
Preeti, the Aam Aadmi Party wants a division because it wants the numbers to be there for all to be seen. Because a voice vote does not really do that. And once you have a demand for a division, it will become very clear which party and how many MPs of that particular party voted in which direction. And that is why the Aam Aadmi Party, in what I will call a political move, is taking a legislative rule route. The Aam Aadmi Party was hoping that certain opposition players, which might not have gone with the Congress or the other opposition parties on several issues, but on issues pertaining to federal structure of the country, because what effectively this law does is, one, not only does overturns what the Supreme Court said, but also takes away all the powers a state government really exercises, not just in terms of bureaucracy, Preeti. You know that how political equations are set by appointing people to commissions and boards and others. Now, if you talk about the Delhi Jal Board or the Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission and others, all the powers are taken away by the central government now, because the LG has become a sole authority. And that is why the Delhi government, Aam Aadmi Party, was hoping that somewhere parties afraid that this fire may reach their homes tomorrow might actually come in and help the Aam Aadmi Party. But it seems that really hasn't happened. And I think the support of YSRCP and the BJP is set to tip the scales in favor of the government. But yes, one will have to wait and see how many eventually vote and which way.
Well, it would be interesting, Rahul, because by asking for division of votes, the Aam Aadmi Party also wants to know where did the India Alliance vote. Did all MPs vote in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, which was against the bill? And that will also somewhere down the line, lay bare on how strong the India Alliance is, because this would practically be their first test in Parliament. I want to quickly bring in Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, into this conversation. Charu Pragya, you're being charged today by the India Alliance that you're trying to dilute or override what is a democratically elected government, where issues of democracy or federalism come into question.
Good evening, Preeti. We should remember that Delhi is called a union territory. And that's what it means. It's a territory of the Union of India, like so many others. And Delhi has never been a complete state. Now, that is a constitutional reality. It is written down in Article 239 to Article 242. And anyone who objects to this can just go through the Constitution again. We also need to remember that the present government in Delhi, though they are agitating constantly since the day they have been elected into office, this is a new thing. Delhi had a government before Aam Aadmi Party as well. But have we ever heard of a tussle between the centre and the state the way it's been happening since Aam Aadmi Party came to power here? It's never happened. In fact, when BJP and Congress were handling the state and the centre, even then all of this did not happen. So Delhi has functioned exactly like this and very comfortably. In recent times, we have seen that there's been a misuse of power by the Aam Aadmi Party. And I'll give you three very quick examples. Number one, when they feel that a file will not move, instead of getting the chief secretary's signature on that file, they start
let her finish, madam. I'll come right back to you.
With only the minister's signature. Now, that is not fair. Another thing, 80% of the ministries of Delhi, the ministers they were with, were behind bars. Both the ministers went behind bars and then they were disowned by the Aam Aadmi Party itself. What's going to happen? people of Delhi, if that's how you govern. And third, another very important thing, we know what happened during the liquor scam. We know what happened when the Chief Minister of Delhi was building his bungalow, his palace. Instead of taking out a tender, which he's supposed to do, which is mandated by law for any government, for any amount of expenditure above 10 crore, the government of Delhi decided to break down the expenditure into less than 10 crore. 6 times. What are you trying to do? It's the
Okay.
people of Delhi.